Hello everyone, my name is Cybill Sixpence and I'm going to show you how to build this community hall suggested by Ms. Guy X over at Instagram, who wanted a community hall that can be built in survival with easy blocks to get to. Here is the list of materials you're going to need. It's a community hall, so you're going to need a lot of space. Pause your video, find your area. Let's get started. The space that I'm going to be using is a 45 by 25 space. And just for the record, any block that I use can be interchanged with something you have an abundance of. This is meant for easy survival, get it going, put it up, and you and your community can enjoy it quickly. My platform is built with stone bricks, and I'm using iron gate fencing around the edge, where I'll be making some daylight sensing redstone lamps. But you can always use campfires or other materials that's going to be easy to get going quickly, and change them out as you develop and grow. Just for aesthetics, I am using some brick stairs just to trim out my lights, where I will be putting my redstone plus the daylight sensory. To begin with the general shape of the community hall, I am spacing my stripped darkwood logs at 5 blocks apart, and then I will use dark oak logs to trim the top of each of the poles. I will go back in and adjust later as I make the balconies on the second floor. On the inside of my dark stripped oak logs, I will be using oak planks to start building up the walls. I'm going to leave the floor with the brick stones and then trim out the doorway with spruce stairs. Moving on into the second floor, I'm going to be using dark oak strip logs, and here is where I'm going to be working on my balcony. And I kind of see that the way that I have them spaced out now is not going to work for me, so it's time to do some adjusting. I've decided to go back in with the outer 2 balcony spaces and realign them so that we have a space of 3, a space of 5, and a space of 4. For the trim of the roof, I'm going to be using a combination of blocks and stairs and polished gravel, and I'm going to be working that all the way up to the top of my community hall and all the way around each of the balcony spaces. Once I have the frame of the roof outlined, I will go back in and trade in the dark oak logs for the polished gravel. I also want the center balcony on both sides to be a little taller, as that is a centerpiece, so I will make that adjustment as well. And with the balconies where I want them, I can now go back in and adjust for my windows. Starting with my second floor wall, I'm going to be using bee boxes. I like to think about boxes that add a bit of uniqueness to my build that aren't very expensive. I'm using lecterns for my balcony fencing, trimming them with spruce trap doors, and then adding some composts above the bee boxes. Not to get ahead of myself with decorations, but I am going to be decorating the balconies with armor stands, which I will be putting iron armor on. In your survival build, you could just use whatever was dropped from mobs as trophies and just put them on display. For my roofing, I'm using a combination of planks and stairs in dark oak. Above the balconies, as well as 1 block away from the trim, I'm going to be using some combinations of spruce stairs and spruce planks and spruce trap doors to add a little detail to the roof, so it's not all just one blank canvas. Time for the second floor. I'll be using spruce stairs and planks and barrels even to be making stairways up into the second floor. I'm using sandstone slabs for the floor, giving me as much space on the lower level as possible. Something completely optional, but I'm choosing to leave an opening in the floor so that my upper level folks can look down on the lower level folks. And I'm trimming that with granite walls. And then I'll be trimming the walls in white wool, something else that's very easy to get. Continuing with the bee boxes, I am filling in the sides of the community hall with bee boxes, lecterns, some composts, and some sandstone stairs and slabs to make this trim, which will help break the wall into bottom floor and top floor, and then filling that out with white wool as well. Adding some inner roof detailing with some spruce planks and stairs. We do want a fine finish in the roofing on the inside, so we're going to be using a combination of stairs and trap doors and line them up so that we can't see the dark oak. You are open to create whatever light fixture you want. I have chosen to make 3 chandeliers using chains and some clear glass and some lanterns. That my balconies match the sides of the community hall, I'm going to be trimming them with some spruce planks and stairs as well. I am choosing to use orange glass panes on all of my openings. I think that orange glass panes makes the community hall look warm and inviting. I'll be using stripped dark oak to trim out some detailing on the inside of the community hall, and then creating some utility rooms that can be used as storage or to be used as functional blocks, such as a grinder or an enchanting table or a furnace. Just going back in and making sure that the stairways are functional and that you don't bump your head on the floor of the second floor. And then going in and adding in some lights. Both spaces underneath the stairways can be used as these workspaces or storage spaces, and it won't interfere with the overall look of the community hall. And what would be a community hall if you couldn't commune? So of course we've got to have the grand table. I'm using trapdoors so that we have space for legs as well as a platform to put food and glasses and flowers. I'm making my seats with oak slab with an item frame, and maybe you have a banner or you have an item that is used as your icon. You can put it on all of the item frame armrests, and then using the oak door as a back. Carpet is completely optional here. You can use whatever color is your guild's color, and then just decorate with pots and flowers and more armor. There is so much that you could do with it upstairs. You could add tables and chairs and other things upstairs. I'm just going to simply fill it in with some paintings and let you work your imagination upstairs. Working a little bit more on the outside, I'm adding some grass blocks and some trap doors for a little bit of some potted flowered gardens, some extra lights, and then I'm going to add some detail along the top part of my beams with some spruce signs and some oak buttons. For the most part, that's the community hall. but you might want to think about how blending that in with the rest of your city looks. Just for the sake of aesthetics, I have chosen to use a combination of pathway, dirt blocks, rooted dirt, mud blocks, rooted mud blocks, and gravel to create a simulated pathway that you might use to lead your city into the community hall. Other ways to make the space around your community pretty is a combination of leaves, azalea bushes, grass, and flowers. Lighting is important, so just take a quick survey and make sure that you have all your spaces well lit. Now your community hall is ready to serve your folks with an enchanting table, brewing table, plenty of storage, books, furnaces, crafting tables, grinders, anvils, and food. Everything you need. Thanks again, Ms. Gaix, for the wonderful suggestion. I had lots of fun building it. So tell me what you think. Would you build this in your world? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon!